Hello everyone, Katie here with Chakra Flow. Tonight we're going to be doing a slow and gentle flow to balance the energies in the Anahatta, the heart chakra. The reason I chose this chakra to work with tonight is because I feel like we're all either experiencing a lot of energy in our heart chakra or we're experiencing the opposite, an insufficient amount or depleted amount of energy in the heart chakra. Our heart chakra is what connects us to other people. It's also what helps us manage and be connected to our own emotions, connected to our truth and our trust in ourselves, and our truth and our trust in others. So, from what I've been seeing and hearing, we're either feeling a whole lot, we may be even feeling some emotions that don't feel like they belong to us or are part of what's going on with our own emotions, or feeling cut off from our own feelings. Maybe we don't know exactly how we've been feeling lately. Maybe we're having a hard time having compassion for other people, compassion for ourselves, or having a hard time trusting ourselves or trusting others. So this flow tonight will help to balance either one of these two, either an over amount of energy or not enough amount of energy in the Anahatta. And once we're able to balance that energy, we'll have a better flow and a better bridge of the upper chakras that connect us to the spiritual and the lower chakras that connect us to the earth and the physical experience. Our heart chakra acts as a bridge. So tonight we'll only need 2 props. We will need 2 blocks, that's it. And feel free to come down to your mat when you're ready and take a cross-legged position to begin. Make sure your back is happy. You can rest your hands on your knees and allow your shoulders to drop. And just very slightly lift up your heart. Allow your eyes to close and begin to notice your breath. Begin to slow your breath. Breathing in again, breathing into your belly. And release. With your next inhale, invite in an intention that would serve your practice tonight. With your next exhale, clear your mind of any other distractions. Take another cleansing breath in and out. Bring your hands in front of your heart and very lightly touch your thumbs on your heart center. And set an intention that would serve your practice tonight, that would serve your heart chakra tonight. Once you have set your intention, you can bring your eyes open and then bring your elbows in front of you, cross right elbow over left for Garudasana arms. If you can bring your palms to touch together, then you may bring your palms to touch together. If not, you can keep the backs of your hands touching. Inhale, lift up your fingers. Taking in a deep breath in, releasing. And inhale once more. Exhale, let your arms go. Let them float back down to your lap. Take a few shoulder rolls, rolling your shoulders back. And pause. Shoulders are still. Our elbows are going to lift back up in front. Left elbow comes on top of right this time. Inhale, lift up your hands. Garudasana arms help to open up and balance the flow of energy in the back of the heart chakra, that space between the shoulder blades that's connected to anything in the past that has to do with what the heart chakra governs, past trust issues, past emotions, past relationships. Take a deep and cleansing breath in. And with your exhale, release your arms, coming back down. And then begin to roll your shoulders forwards. Good. Let your shoulders come to stillness. Very slowly dip your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Send a few loving breaths into the left side of your neck. And gently lift up your head. Exhale to release your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Slowly lift your head back up. Bring your right hand over by your right side. Walk it over to the right. And then inhale, bring your left arm up and over your body. A little bend in your right elbow as you reach towards the right side of your room. Allow yourself to lift up your chest just a little bit here. So your next breath in, come up, back to seated. Walk your left hand over to the left. Inhale, right arm up and over, reaching to the left, lifting the heart. And inhale, coming back up. Take your right leg, we're going to plant the right foot down and then take the right thigh to the bottom of the left foot. Keeping that right leg bent over to the side, take a couple of breaths here. And feel free to adjust. If you want a little bit more sensation, you can move your right leg towards the back. Inhaling another breath in. Exhaling, taking your left hand behind your body, planting it down either on the floor, the mat, or you can also take it to a block. Stay here, or you can play with lifting up your hips. Inhale, lift your hips up and lift your right arm up. Feel free to look up towards your right fingertips as you reach towards the sky. And exhale, come back down, nice and gentle. Switch sides. We're going to take the right leg down, bring the left leg off to the side. Adjusting as we need to, and then pausing to take a few breaths. And now right hand comes behind. Inhale to scoop up your hips, reach with your left hand. Slowly come back down. And then bring both of your feet in front of you, taking the soles of the feet together, finding Baddha Konasana, taking the hands to the ankles and then lifting up the back, creating a straight spine. And if you would like a little bit of support here, feel free to take your blocks, bring them underneath your knees. When we support our bones, our muscles can release and relax and open up a little bit more. Keep your heart open and slightly lifted here. With your next exhale, you can dip your forehead down towards your toes. Begin to lift yourself back up. And we'll take our blocks, bring them to the front of the mat. We're going to take our knees together and then come down onto all fours. Take a moment to stack your shoulders over your wrists and your knees underneath your hips. And then take an inhale. Bring your chest forward and drop your belly. Lift your gaze up and exhale. Push the floor away and round your back. Inhale, coming back through cow pose. Exhale, rounding back through cat pose. Continue to flow with your own breath. Paying attention to how the Anahatta is moving, both in the front of the body and the back of the body. Take a couple more rounds of your cat and your cow. Staying present with the flow. And then come to a neutral spine. And you're going to take our hands and walk them forward, preparing for puppy pose. And then we're going to use our exhale to release our chest down towards the floor. If the head doesn't quite come down, feel free to take a block underneath your head. This pose works to help with any excess amount of energy that we might be experiencing in the Anahatta. If you've been feeling like you're overwhelmed with emotions or overwhelmed with feelings that aren't yours, taking the heart close to the floor like this gives you the opportunity to call your own energy back into your body and to use your exhales to release anything that doesn't belong to you. Any other feelings you may have been picking up from other people, you can use your exhales to release those back to wherever they need to go. If you feel like you want a little bit more in this pose, you can take your blocks, bring them underneath your hands, and then release your chest back down. That'll give you more stretch in your shoulders and your chest. Take another breath in here. And as you release, you can bring your hands back down to your mat if they were on the blocks, and then lift your head back up. Come back to your tabletop position. Going to move through thread the needle pose. This is a deep twist, so feel free to adjust as you need to or come out whenever you need to. We're going to take an inhale and then lift up the right arm, spinning the chest over to the right. And then with the exhale, we're going to take the right arm down, thread it behind the left. See if you can bring your right shoulder blade down onto the floor. And then exhale to twist. Inhale, press your left hand down, come back up. If you need to take a little cat and cow after that deep twist, feel free. And when you are ready, you can, again, inhale, expanding up with the left arm, and exhale, threading the left arm behind the right, reversing your twist. Right hand presses down. Use your inhale to come back up. And then sink yourself down into a child's pose. Feel free to take your knees as wide as the mat as you sink down. You can bend your elbows once you're in Balasana, and then take your hands behind your head. Release your hands down to your mat. Lift your head up and pull your body forward. And then you can step your right foot to the outside of the right wrist, turning your toes at an angle. Lift up your left knee and then step your left foot into the same position next to the left wrist. We're going to squat down, lowering the hips. And you can bring your hands to prayer, pressing the elbows into the knees, and then lifting up through the back, extending the spine. Feel free to stay where you're at. If you would like to add a lateral stretch in your malasana, take your right hand down next to your right foot and then lift your left arm up and over your body, reaching over to the right. Slowly bring your left hand back down. We're going to plant it down next to the left foot and then reverse, moving the right arm up and over and reaching to the side. With your exhale, bring the right hand back down. You can scoot your blocks out of the way for later and then press yourself up to a standing forward fold, coming to the front of your mat with your feet hip width distance apart. Take an inhale to halfway lift up your torso. And take an exhale to softly bend your knees and fold forward. Relax your head, let your upper body hang, and take both elbows into your hands. Taking a few breaths here, letting the back of the body release. You can find a gentle sway back and forth. You come back through center next time. Take a pause and release your elbows and then slowly roll all the way up, finding mountain pose, Tadasana. Extend your spine as you press each one of your toes down, lifting up through the crown of your head. And then take an inhale, lift your arms up over your head. And as you look up between your hands, tuck in your belly button towards your spine. And then lift up your heart. You don't have to go super far back. Just a slight lifting up the heart up towards the sky. And bend your elbows for cactus arms. Moving the elbows back if you want to open up through your chest and shoulders a little bit more. And as you inhale again, bring your chest forward and lift your arms over your head. And as you exhale, draw your hands down to your heart. Pausing here. Noticing the beating of your heart. And inhale, arms up once again. And exhale, folding hands down through prayer, coming back to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lifting up. And exhale, plant your hands down, step back, plank pose. Lower down to your belly as you breathe out. And then slide your hands back, lift up your head and your chest for cobra as you breathe in. We're going to hold our cobra poses a little bit longer today. See if you can bring your heart forward, maybe a centimeter more. And then exhale, come back down to your mat. Press yourself up through hands and knees. And then tuck your toes underneath, pressing yourself back to downward facing dog. Come up onto your toes as you inhale, and then take a bend in your knees. And then make your way all the way up to the front of the mats. Inhaling to half lift once you get there. And exhaling, folding down. Inhale to slowly rise up. Sweeping your arms up above your head. And exhaling, hands down to your heart. Breathe in, arms lift up. Breathe out, coming down, forward fold. Knees bend and hands plant. Keep your right foot planted where it is, and then step back with your left foot. Keep your back heel lifted, and squeeze your legs together. Prepare to lift up into high lunge. Slowly come up. And then lifting up the arms, tucking in the lower belly, lifting up the heart. Exhale, bring your hands down. Stepping the left foot up to the front. Inhaling, halfway lifting up. And exhale, fold down. Planting the hands down onto the mat and then bringing the right foot to step back. When you're ready and feel balanced, you may come up high lunge on the left side, keeping both hips forward. The right hip will want to pull back, pull it forward towards the front of your room. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the gaze relaxed. And exhale, hands come down. Right foot steps up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to come all the way up to standing and reach your arms up. Breathing in and exhale, hands down to your heart. Bring your hands behind your back and clasp them. And take an inhale, and as you do, drop your hands down, lift up your heart. And as you exhale, bring your chest forward and come down to forward fold, pressing your hands towards the back of your head. Feel free to flip your palms up towards the ceiling. Taking a few breaths into your shoulders. And bring your hands to your lower back. Plant your hands down on the mat from there. And then step back to plank, lowering to your belly. Inhaling up for cobra. Pausing here, bringing the heart forward. With your exhale, come down. Inhale, press up to hands and knees. And then press back to downward facing dog. With your exhale, you can bring your knees down and come down to a kneeling position. Going to take the right arm, bring it over to the left shoulder blade, reaching back, and then bring the left arm underneath the right, reaching back to grab the right shoulder blade. Take a few breaths here, arms over the chest. Feel free to tuck your chin down. Doing this pose, or any pose with the arms over the heart, can help with excess energy in the Anahatta. It's also very comforting giving yourself a hug. So that's another plus. Take another inhale here. And as you release, you can switch your arms, reaching back with the left arm on top, pulling the shoulder blades apart and tucking your chin. And exhale to release both of your arms down. And then grab your blocks. Take your feet around in front of you. And set yourself up for reclining fish pose. We will take one block and bring it vertical. And the other block at the back of the vertical block, bringing it horizontal. The first block is going to go in between our shoulder blades, and the second block will be a cradle for the head. And scoot yourself up a little closer to the blocks, and then begin to lie down. The first block will be at about the middle back. It will be a lot of pressure, so if you would like less pressure, feel free to use a bolster or a rolled up blanket. You can also take a blanket on top of the blocks for a little cushion. You can extend your legs from here, or even take the soles of the feet together for reclining Baddha Konasana. And if you've got the space, feel free to open your arms out into a T. Feel free as well to take a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. If you feel like you've been feeling a lot of emotions lately, you've been feeling a lot of energy in your heart, taking the hand across the heart and the belly is a good way to call that energy back to you. And give a little bit of closure to the heart space. On the other hand, if you've been feeling closed in the heart area, disconnected from your emotions, disconnected in your relationships with others, opening the arms out wide would be a good way to open up that energy to flow in your heart. And if you've been feeling both, then you can experiment with both of these options with your arms. But wherever you choose to be right now, I invite you to become very present by focusing on your breath. And focusing on your heart beating. So I'll take a deep and long inhale. Slowly release your breath. Begin to shift your body up, pressing up from your blocks. And then coming down to your mats, making yourself comfortable and taking your knees in towards your chest. Feel free to find a gentle rock back and forth. And then once you come back through center, make yourself comfortable for Shavasana. Extending your legs out and bringing your arms by your sides. Finding a place where you can relax and be at peace for the next few minutes. If you have any wiggles to get out, feel free to take any additional movement. And once you are comfortable, I invite you to focus on the parts of your body that are touching your mat and touching the floor. And feel yourself sink down a little closer to your mat, to the earth. Allow your body to be at peace. And allow your mind to be at peace without having the need to do anything or think about anything. Allow yourself to just be and notice your breath. Take a deep and slow breath in. Slowly release. And begin to find movements by wiggling your toes and wiggling your fingers. And slowly bend your knees and plant your feet on your mat. Gently make your way onto your right side. Slowly press yourself up with your left hand and come to a comfortable seat. Once you are here, you can take both hands across your heart and then visualize your heart chakra as a pink or green wheel of energy in your heart space. Holding this visual in your mind's eye, spend a little bit of time sending your gratitude into your heart, thanking your heart for all it does on a physical level, keeping your body alive, keeping your body healthy, and thanking it for all it does on an emotional, energetic, and spiritual level. Take a few more deep breaths with this gratitude in your heart. As you take our next exhale, you can release your visualization. And then bring your hands together in prayer mudra in front of your heart space. Bring your awareness back to the present moment, back to your body and back to the space that you're in. Send your gratitude to yourself for practicing self-care this evening. Send your gratitude towards the practice of yoga, that spiritual discipline that keeps us balanced, that keeps us healthy and happy. I give my thanks to all of you. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope you have a great rest of your night and rest of your week. We'll see you all next time.